Alright guys, so for this video, just talking, being completely open, honest, and a bit vulnerable, almost like a therapy session for myself. I have these every so often on video just to let stuff out. But man, I woke up with this feeling this morning, and I know I'm not the only one that has these feelings of just wanting to quit, give up, and stop. Because I've had subscribers to actually reach out and comment some of these same things, to where you just feel like you're either not getting anywhere or you just hit like this ceiling to where you're just not growing. So I'm in that situation right now to where, man, the last few weeks for me have been really rough. And I just woke up this morning, had another setback, just another negative experience with the real estate, to the point where it almost just broke me. To the point where I just looked at my wife and said, man, I can't even do this no more. I want to quit. Don't want to do this anymore. Want to give up. Why am I still doing this, man? We're not getting anywhere. And it was just this overwhelming feeling, just a super negative feeling. Like it was like that last straw that broke the camel's back. And I really don't even know where to begin. But I guess I'll start off with just, man, closings that we had set in escrow completely falling apart. We're talking somewhere close to maybe 30 grand or so worth of closings that just fell apart because of title work or non-responsive sellers, just different situations. And you guys know that me and Ellecia have been looking for a new place to stay for quite some time, a new place for our family. 2 days into the title work, I got a call from my title company, and they just told me that, hey, this deal has some terrible title. You're not going to be able to get this done. You need to go ahead and let this go. And when I tell you, like, this would have been the perfect house for us, it really would have been the perfect house at a great price, and it just completely vanished. Along with that, some other deals that we have just been working on, my team, for quite some time, quite a few weeks. They just, again, because of title issues and whatever else, man, just fell apart. So not only was it a blow to me, but it's like it's a blow to my team too, because the team gets paid on houses closing. So man, we just kept having deals fall apart back to back, and one of them was going to be my next rehab too. Man, just super perfect deal that I was really excited to start on, because for one, it would have made a lot of money, and then two, it would have been a pretty simple rehab, but just poof, vanished, gone. Like in thin air, again, not too long after getting into escrow. But along with that, you guys know that I have been working on a rehab, still working on a rehab, trying to get this thing finished out. I did a whole video to where I went over budget on it. Not only am I over budget, but I'm way over budget on this thing. And I was really looking for some help on this one, but my support on this one ended up having some issues, to where I'm pretty much figuring out this rehab completely alone without the support of a mentor on this one. So for the rest of it, probably could have saved a lot of money if I kind of had the experience behind me, but just due to some things that's completely out of anybody's hands, it's like, hey, that support pretty much gone, and I'm left figuring all this stuff out on my own. But then this morning got here, I'm putting a brand new marketing machine in place, a brand new marketing system, just really trying to grow, get to that next level. And I looked at my data and realized that a lot of my data was completely wrong. I already spent a few $1,000s on some marketing that's going out, and I'm not sure what kind of results I'm gonna get, because like I said, a lot of that data is completely wrong. Something that I didn't catch before a lot of it went out. And man, this morning, it was just like, man, that was the last straw. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Stuff keeps falling apart, messing up, not going right. And yeah, I just had that feeling. I don't know, man. It's kind of like all this stuff just kind of piled on at once, to the point where it's like, man, I'm tired. I want to quit all this stuff and just give up. But then I had to step back and just think, like, I'm really deep into this investing game. It's like, if I stop right now, what else would I even do? It's no way that I could go back to being a teacher. Just absolutely no way. I mean, that would be like the very last thing on my mind to do. But somewhere through all these negative thoughts, I just had to think back and realize that, hey, we've accomplished a lot from where we were just a couple of years ago, and we're still making really big moves. And if I stop right now, there is no way that we can just continue this growth and getting to the point to where we need to be. So even though it seems like it's bad now, I just had to step back and just think about the wins, the really good wins, and focus on how I can get more of those and just minimize those losses. After I kind of got over my own pity story, what I did was pretty much just sucked it up and started working, started putting plans into action, making phone calls, reaching out to mentors and everything. So one of the first things that I did for this rehab, because we're going to get this rehab done this week. We're going to get it done, even though we're having like these setbacks to where it's just like little things just have to keep getting corrected. But got on the phone, contractors, hey, we need to get this stuff done, got to get it done this week, need to get this corrected, need this done, you know, let's go. It wasn't something that I could just completely not do. I had to go ahead and put something into action. The marketing, got on the phone with my marketing mentors, like, hey, this is the issue. You know, where do we go from here? How do I correct this? So waiting for a response on that. No matter what that response may be, got to keep moving forward, because at this point it's like just too deep in. But those feelings are common. I don't ever, whenever I'm doing my videos, I don't like to give off the perception that I'm flawless or that any of this stuff is easy. I mean, I know other people who feel, you know, they just get those feelings, they get setbacks, and man, when it hits you super hard sometimes. It's okay to have problems, but the real question is, how are you going to solve it and how are you going to move forward? After all that, I had to sit back and reflect and just think about what I may be doing wrong or how I can improve, what I need to reflect on to make sure that I'm continuing to grow and dealing with problems in the right way. And one of the things that I know that I stopped doing and that I'm going to have to get back to doing is reading. And not only reading, but cutting out just a lot of the other media, social media, and all this other just negative trash and nonsense that enters my mind. I mean, that's one thing that you guys may want to consider doing too. You know, Facebook, Instagram, news, or whatever is taking over your mind, which it's easy to get into your mental, but you don't want to keep it there, and you want to do a flush and make sure you're getting that positivity into your mind. So definitely got to start back reading. I have some books that I am going to go back over just to make sure that my mind is strong. Starting with the first book that really got me into investing, wanting to do real estate, just changing the way that I think. I mean, and when I read this book, it was just a complete shift in my mind. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that's one of those books that once you read it, no matter who you are, it's like it'll just completely set off a switch in your mind. So going to reset my mind with this book. Another classic, Think and Grow Rich. I know for a fact that my thinking right now just isn't as strong as what it needs to be. So mental exercises, just getting my mind and mental right. Another great book to do that. Power Moves, Rico Smith, supporting the home team, Memphis, Tennessee native. Another really good book just for, you know, your thinking. The mental game is the most important thing whenever you're doing whatever it is that you want to do, but especially like if you're in real estate, entrepreneurship, got to keep your mind strong. Now, I really just got off of my reading maybe 3 months ago, so I definitely haven't been consistent. The last book that I left off on was How to Win Friends and Influence People, another classic. Haven't finished that one yet, but going to finish getting into that one and consuming it. the GOAT, Grant Cardone, the 10X Rule. Another one to really just give you that motivation, get your mind right. I did finish this one, but I'm going to read this one again. I want to say that I finished this one right before I got into How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now I've got some other books here that I haven't even opened yet, and I've had these for a couple of months, and I know one of them for a fact I definitely need to take in. So maybe I should have started this one before I started on my new rehab. If you guys can't tell, I do need to get my rehab game stronger. So I'm gonna check this one out, see what I can learn. What else do I have here? My mental game at one point was pretty strong, but it just got taken over, which again, it's easy to do, we're all human, by just social media and other stuff that wasn't really helping me to grow. But I'm committing myself to grow right now. And that starts with getting into these books. Literally starts with getting into these books and getting into this box. So I picked this book up. I read really good reviews on it. Success Secrets of Black Millionaires. And I'll just read a part from the back, but it says, Kimbrough aims to empower, encourage, and educate readers to rethink their relationships with money. Filled with good advice, this faith-based primer will cheer readers up and on. Definitely need some cheering up right now so I can keep this thing positive, keep it going. But this is the book that I'm most excited to read, the OG 50 Cent. I really like books that just kind of talk about people's success stories, because it lets me know that if somebody else can do it, then I can do it. And there are much bigger problems going on with just successful people, CEOs, man, the 50 Cents, the Mark Zuckerbergs, whoever you can think of, billionaires and all that. They take on some pretty just sizable problems. And if they can take on those problems, then there is no reason that I shouldn't be able to take on the $5,000 issue or the $20,000 issue. And if I can't take those on, then I don't deserve to have a better life, just to put it bluntly. A whole stack of positivity right there. And I do want to mention too, I don't have the book with me, but the Miracle Morning, I got off of my Miracle Morning. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a whole guide just for waking up early in the morning and how you should set your day up for success. And honestly, when I was doing it, I felt like I was just getting so much more done. But at some point, I just kind of got off of the routine, and I can definitely notice that my productivity has gone down. So I'm gonna put that one up here in the corner too, just as a mention, something else that I do need to go back and read. And also, another one just kind of talking about the moguls like 50 Cent. But if you guys have not read it, Jay Prince, The Art and Science of Respect, is a just, man, phenomenal book. After I read it, and again, it's, you know, just looking at somebody's story coming from nothing and then just making multi-millions is super inspirational. Along with the 4-Hour Workweek. That book is incredibly long, but it does give you a really good blueprint for working less and getting more done. So I have implemented a lot of the principles with the 4-Hour Workweek, and I can say that it has 100% helped me. That's it, guys. Again, like I said, I really just needed to reflect on myself, what I'm doing wrong, how I can improve, and really, man, just get over this thought process of, hey, I need to quit. Because at this point, I know that I can't get to where I need to be, and you won't be able to either if you quit. I took my son outside earlier. We've been trying to teach him how to ride his bike, and he rode it for a while, fell over hard. Haven't told his mother this yet. She'll probably be a bit upset once she hears this, but he fell over hard and didn't cry. He got back on the bike, finished his journey, turned around, finished the journey going uphill. That was just a reminder to me that I need to just keep going, take on that childlike attitude. A child doesn't know when to quit until you tell them to quit. So moving forward, that's what we are shooting to do. I hope you guys will be on this journey with me. I hope I said something or gave you some books or some motivation or something to just let you know that, man, it's not just you. A lot of people go through just those down points, and if anybody tells you that they don't, they're lying, because this stuff is not easy. But if you give up, then you won't get to where you need to go. So guys, what I want you to do is to comment whatever problems you are having, maybe with growth, your business, or whatever it is, whatever the major issue is, where you said, hey, I want to quit, I want to give up, I'm not doing this anymore. But I also want you to comment what your solution is going to be so that you can keep going, keep making progress. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.